for listening to the AZ12 podcast, proudly presented by Little Caesars. 15% off any online order. Enter promo code SAVE15. Code LCFREECC. Free crazy combo with a pizza purchase. With Jason Shear, I'm merely Mike Luke. What the heck? We only got 10 people in here. Get in here, man. All right. So, hello, Shear. How are you doing?
Splendid, Michael. How are you? It's President's Day. People could be off. No excuse.
It is. Well, I was going to say it is President's Day, but yeah, I guess that's a national holiday.
Yeah, Shelby is off.
All right. Well, yeah, she deserves to be off. Yes. All right. We got a lot of good stuff coming out here. We have the Ted Wardo shirts coming out today. Everybody open up your pocketbooks. These things are amazing. Okay. Now, let's talk a little bit of, we're going to talk Arizona basketball. Then we're going to go around the country a little bit here and talk about Big 12 and a bunch of different things. Okay. But first, Shear, Texas Tech, we can listen. I mean, there's certainly concerns after this week. I mean, there's obviously not. I think the first thing we need to talk about is where's Koa at? And it sounds like, Koa's nursing a little bit of a high ankle sprain, it seems like. But what are you hearing, Shear?
Yeah, it sounds like it's an ankle sprain. I don't know how severe it is. I am under the impression that he will not play this week.
Right.
I think that's the easiest way to go. Assume he's not playing. I think there's a very good chance that Arizona hits this game up without Aristode and Koa.
Yeah, all right, so let's talk about it then. But let's talk a little bit about, in my opinion, then, you've got to be able to, at this stage in the game, you've got to be able to, how do I put this? You got to get Koa right. Whatever it is, whether it's, and by the way, anybody out there that says he's faking an injury, you're an idiot. This is literally a kid that played with a broken wrist last year. He's not.
High school playoff game.
High school
with a broken hand.
Yeah, exactly. So anybody saying that is a moron. Second of all, or at least you're a moron for that take. Okay. But now talking about Koa though, the thing I will say about Koa is he's got to be better. They need Koa to be able to be a difference maker, and right now he's just not.
Yeah. I mean, even when healthy, he was struggling a little bit. I do wonder if the ankle sprain even happened last game. If you watch the Oklahoma State game, there's a play where it looks like he hurt his ankle, but they got to get him right. They got to get him healthy. I'm willing to lose, me personally, I don't know about you or Arizona, if it means they lose a couple games and drop to a 2 seed, but Koa Pete is healthy completely for the tournament, I know which one I'm choosing, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you need it. Listen, you're not going to win anything without Koa playing well. Now, I will say this. I understand at this stage in the game. I understand. I think the Joseph actually makes a good point. I think I would have liked to have seen them play CD a little bit more to this point in the season, just for times like this, because CD can clearly play, and I don't mean this as an insult, but I don't think that the U of A coaching staff really ever wants to see Evan out on the court in meaningful minutes. That might be the case, but I will say that with CD can play, there's a lot to like about CD.
I believe, based on what I've learned over the past 24 hours or so, that we're going to see both. And there's a good chance we see more of Evan than people think. Mm-hmm. I just think that you can't run Burries and Bradley into the ground.
Right.
You can't
right.
do it. And a lot of that depends on ADO, I think. If ADO plays well, then maybe that decreases minutes for Evan. But I like CD, but he's still, from what I understand, behind in terms of concepts and all that. But at the same time, he's so long and athletic. I'm perfectly cool with giving him, I mean, what are we talking, 5 minutes a game?
I mean, I'm a little bit more. I'm fine with playing him a little bit more than that. Every time I've seen CD come in, I'm going to say this. He's looked the part. I mean, he hasn't looked out of place at all. He came in immediately. He finished around the hoop. He can alter some shots. I mean, heck, at the end of the game, I'm not even sure. At the end of the game, I'm not sure that he would have done any worse job trying to guard JT Toppin than anybody else would have. How about that?
Yeah, I agree.
So
I
I
mean,
need
you
yeah.
saw what Toppin did at the end of that game, so it's hard
Well,
to
right, and that kind of and let's talk a little bit about that. We're gonna get back. There's some good stuff here. Back the gay. I like that. That's very good there, Jeremiah Dibble. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
CDK.
yeah. Back to CDK. Well, I mean, we're not gonna judge anybody else, but
No, no,
okay, yeah. All right. So, but I would like to. The idea, though, down the stretch was baffling to me to just go with Yvonne the entire time, or not? Excuse me, to go Yvonne because, man, JT Toppin was shooting layups every single time on Yvonne.
Two things. Number one, I hope people realize how good JT Toppin is.
Cody doesn't.
Cody apologized. That's how good Toppin is.
Yeah.
Cody. I mean,
Cody said he sucked like 2 weeks ago.
yeah. I think that it's not. There's no shame in JT Toppin beating the crap out of you. Mm-hmm. Like in KenPom now, he's the third best player in the country. I know you don't like KenPom.
Correct.
But he might be the third best player in the country this year, right?
Right. Oh.
Or the second, right?
Right.
But at the same time, the one thing that bothered me is I felt like Tommy got outcoached this game.
He did.
I thought that there was no clear adjustment. Texas Tech, now, props to Texas Tech. I don't know how they do it. Their offense is just a lot of pick and roll, and it works. Like, it's nothing crazy advanced or anything like that. And it just works. And a lot of the reason it works is because Christian Anderson is the best point guard in the country at using screens. I mean, he just is. But there was no adjustment. Like, Why were they switching every time? Why not fight through screens and see what happens? Why? Because all you were doing is
why not hedge out? Why not do something else that gets them out of the rim? Because here's the problem: when Hans turns the corner, it's done. He's either getting the shot that he's either getting a wide open three, somebody's getting a wide open three, or he's such a good passer that he's getting the ball into under the basket. He's amazing.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, they were doing the pick and roll every time, and then they're switching on Yvonne, and I love Yvonne. Yvonne's got no chance in that matchup.
Right.
None. There's very few people that have chance in that matchup. So it's like, why are you keeping switching? Throw a double. And if a guy hits a three on Texas Tech, hey, so be it. Because once Toppin goes over that shoulder, that left shoulder, you're done. It's over.
Right. Mm-hmm.
They go in like all the time. So
right.
That was one thing I thought bothered me was the clear lack of adjustments.
What do you think about reporter asking Tommy if there was insider trading going on? Anybody should go watch that press conference. That was
Saul.
very
I don't care. Saul asking Tommy if there was insider trading with Rem Bakamis after a loss is just idiotic.
That was the most upset I've ever seen Tommy on a press conference. Just watching it on TV or screen.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, that was. Don't do that. Okay, now we got to talk about Jaden Bradley. What I'll say about JB is this. What I'll say about JB is this. If you go into games, and we've talked about Arizona's margin for error this season, and it's a good margin for error. But if you go, I'm going to lay down the gauntlet right now. If you win, if you have Jaden Bradley and Koa Pete not playing good basketball, you're against a good team, you're not going to win that game.
No.
And that's what happened. I mean, and Arizona still had a chance. You know what the other thing, too, and my mom made this point, too, and I think, and we're going to get to the good stuff because we can critique. The post-game show was unbearable. I love Jeremiah Dibble. He is one of my favorite people in the world. He did a great job. But, man, everybody out there, so many people in there.
Yeah, we need to talk about this, and I need people to put their big boy pants on and listen. You want to just do it now?
All right, well, let's do one more thing. I was going to make the point of, what was it? All right, let's just do it. All right, it's time to lay down the gauntlet, people. And again, you know who you are. You know you are. Twin Mama, we expect to see you at that watch party, by the way. All right, go ahead, Sheer. You go first.
I love my job. I want to be very clear. I love it. I am. It is a dream come true. There are very few days where I don't like my job, and that's one of those days because you go and I said this on the podcast. I wrote this today. There's no middle ground with Arizona fans. Mm-hmm. You're either, hey, we're going to be fine, or the opposite end of the spectrum is we're all dead.
Right.
Like we're done. Season over. At the end of the day, Arizona went 23-0 and lost their first two games by 4 points on the road to Kansas and by 3 points missing two players, including a key starter.
Can we elaborate on that even a little bit more, perhaps? You can also say going in there that Arizona, and I think this is a little bit of the frustration, But Arizona also was up 11 in the second half against Kansas. You were up 7 against Tech with a few minutes left to go in the game. You could have had that game. So it's not like you were just outclassed, outmanned, outcoached. You just didn't win. But guess what? And I was trying to tell my mom this, and I think that there's a lot of people out there that are kind of the same way. My mom thought Arizona was going to go undefeated because she says, well, they always know how to pull it out during a close game. No Ben won. But at the same time, though, when you play close games, and this is why we're always telling the Gladiator this, when you play close, you don't want to play close games if you don't have to because you can lose those games. You look at UCLA. Arizona could have lost that game. You look at Florida. Arizona could have lost that game. You look at BYU. You look at that. BYU could have lost that, or you could have lost that game. I can keep going on and on down the. It's just is what it is. I mean, if you play close games, you're going to lose some of them. Period.
Yeah, I mean, and you're not going undefeated. People got mad at me when I picked Arizona to lose games because they were never going undefeated.
Right.
And at the end of the day, we're going to get to this later in the show. Look at the teams that have won. They've all gone through rough streaks.
Yeah.
Every single one.
We're going
through that. But people have to realize, like, this happens. It happens to every freaking team. Arizona is no different. And at the end of the day, if Arizona gets eliminated in the Sweet 16, no one's going to care that they started 23-0. No one's going to care that they lost 2 games. And if they make the Final Four, no one is going to care about this week. College basketball is the only sport where the only thing that matters is the postseason in college because no one cares about bowl games in college football unless you're in the playoff, right? And we don't define an 18 playoff because we know better. Basketball is the only sport where you can get hot and win a national title, which completely negates the entire regular season.
Danny Hurley says hello from about 3 or 4 years ago. We'll be talking about that. Also, when somebody says, I always like to, when somebody says, and again, some of this stuff is, obviously some of these critiques are valid, but at the same time, I'm also going to say, though, as well, that when you watch Tommy, the Big 12 is a gauntlet, man. I mean, you got Jerome Chang that was just in the Elite Eight like 3 years ago, and he was just fired. Now, I think that was probably for being a putz. But you look around this conference, Bill Self is one of the 10 best college basketball coaches of all time. By any metrics, by any measurement, he is one of the 10 best coaches of all time. Sheer, you agree?
Dude, I know you don't like Ken Pom again. I'm going to keep saying that every time we bring up Ken Pom.
Yeah.
But look at Arizona's schedule. They're third in Ken Pom, right?
Right.
Okay. Look at Houston. Let's just go to Houston. Houston, it could be the best team in the country.
Right.
Top 3, right?
Right.
Their next games are at number 7 in Ken Pom, right? Number 15 in Ken Pom, and number 3 in Ken Pom. Consecutive games.
Who are they?
No one has that. No one. No conference has that.
Who are they playing? Oh, that's sexy. Who are they playing?
They got Iowa State tonight, Arizona on Saturday, and Kansas a week from today. And the only home game is Arizona. So they're at Iowa State. Home against Arizona on Saturday.
Is that game tonight?
Yeah, I'm pumped about that game.
Oh.
And then they play Arizona on Saturday and have the old one-day turnaround to Big Monday at Kansas.
At Kansas, yes, against the Golden Jayhawks.
That's harder than the NCAA tournament.
Right. And I guess I would ask people this: Would you rather have the fool's gold that we had basically every single year in the Pac-12, where all right, we're going to go 16-2, and but we're not going to get tested, and we're going to have a couple games where we lose because we just didn't show up against like Stanford and like Taiwanese State's not.
I have always been of the belief, and this isn't just me. Monday morning quarterbacking, whatever it is, that playing games against Oregon State late February hurts you for the NCAA.
Agreed.
Because when the going got tough, you didn't know how to handle it. Now in March, you're in a close game. And the player said this last year at Oregon when they played tournament in the Oregon. If Arizona was in the Big 12 or whatever, they would have lost that tournament game to Oregon if they were in the Pac-10 or whatever. But in the Big 12, they're like, yeah, we've been through this before. And they all said it. Every single player said after the game, the Big 12 prepared us for this. Do you want to play Oregon State in late February, or do you want this? Because guess what? Arizona's first 2, probably 3 opponents are not as good as this stretch. This stretch is stupid, but it helps.
And it just kind of, like I said, it just kind of is what it is. I don't know why, again, there's room to have concerns. We're going to talk about concerns. Now, Big 12 Bobby, the great Big 12 Bobby said, it is a hard time to hit a rough patch. Maybe we weren't as prepared as we thought. Well, I mean, It's a good. I mean, it's a good question. It depends on what you're asking. That the fan base wasn't prepared, that you might lose a couple games, or the team.
I think the team was plenty prepared. I don't buy that other narrative that people running back are trying to run with, that the team was feeling itself. I don't buy that at all, especially if you know the guys on this team. I don't.
Right.
I don't even consider that at all.
Yeah.
They're playing good teams. They're banged up right now. It happens.
Well, no, Prim, what I'm saying is I agree with the sentiment, but I find it funny. The only point is we're saying all these years if Arizona was in the old Pac-12 right now, guess what? There's a real legitimate chance you're going undefeated.
Yeah.
What are you learning though?
Right. You're not learning anything. Now Arizona is learning. And I know it sucks that they have to learn with losses, but I said this too. I think it's way easier to teach your players stuff in losses than it is wins.
I think now Matthew Tice, the great Matthew Tice, says, I think blowing the leads is what made it frustrating. They could have won those games. Yes, 100%.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about that, because that's where I think that is the
Absolutely.
I think that's the fly in the armpit for everybody. Okay.
I think it's ointment.
Fly in the armpit. Yeah, fly in the ointment. Oh, yeah, fly in the ointment. Fly in the armpit. I guess it could be a fly in the armpit. I would hate to have a fly in my armpit.
I don't think I've ever had a fly in my armpit.
I know certain people that don't sneeze, but I also know certain people also that probably get flies in their armpits. Okay, now, all right. So let's.
Are they the same? Do you think? Probably.
Do you want to post it on Twitter, or you do? Yeah, let's unveil it live, Cody, and then and then Shelby will have you.
I'm eating a piece of bagel.
Tell Shelby. Maybe we'll post it about 1 then on Twitter. Okay.
Are you sure you're ready for this?
All right, guys, everybody, get your check accounts out. Hey, Rage, you owe me $2,000. Buy $500 worth of this stuff, and we'll call it even. I think it's actually a good deal. Plus, it's going for a good cause. Okay.
That's a great deal when you think about the interest and all that.
Rage, you owe me so much more than that. But I'm going to say this. If you buy $500 worth of this stuff, yes. All right, let's put it up there, Cody. We got it. Everyone, get this shirt. Holy moly. Oh, my gosh. OMG, as the kids would say. Ted Wardo's shirt is real. It is here.
My pants just flew off, Mike. My pants flew off.
Gosh, man, I have the biggest tent pitched maybe that I've ever had in my life. Ted Wardo, baby. I'm saying outside. I'm saying by the gazebo. Check it out. Ted Wardo, look at this shirt. Look at that underbite. And you get the AZ12 pod on the back. Everybody get these shirts. Go to AZ12-podcast-shop, fourthwall.com. Big shout out to Cody James Martin and the lovely Shelby Shear for being the creative inspiration, because we are morons, and we would not. You know
what's great about this shirt? That might be what Ted Wardo's eyes look like.
Yeah, that is, but he can't see anything though.
Right. He's looking at you, but he can't see you.
But he doesn't know anything, and he just says, "Look at the bite." Yeah, everybody get this shirt right now. The site's gonna crash. Hop in now, Ted Wardo, baby. Back to Ted Wardo. Yeah. I can't wait to post this on Twitter later. Yeah, take my money, baby. All right, Casino del Sol watch party. Everybody, Tony Clifton, T. Cliff. We need you to be down there. Saturday, February 21st, 1 p.m. Eat, drink, bet with Mike and Jason. Sportsbook. Cody, what are you trying to say?
Nothing.
Oh, because all I hear you is chewing.
He always sounds like he's chewing.
Yeah, I'll at least mute the mic then. All right, 5655 West Valencia Road, Tucson, Arizona, 85757. Guys, these shirts, get them, please. And Ted Wardo my parents are going out of town for 2 weeks, so I am going to be, I'll be having Ted Wardo. He will be making regular appearances on the show. He would very much appreciate it, because he can't see anything for some reason, but he would very much appreciate if people were telling him that they were wearing these shirts. Check it out, Casino del Sol. Joseph, there's no reason you can't be there. Bring you and your sister. I'll buy you a drink. Check it out, Casino del Sol. Can't wait to see all of you. Okay. The old one. The new one's not open yet. All right. Speaking of which, Eris Dental. Lan Allen.
I'm so pissed. I'm still pissed.
You know what Lan Allen has been doing lately? We love Lan Allen because he is easily the best dentist in the Four Corners region. And what I will say is maybe the world. I don't know that he's not. It's never been disproved that he's not. I'm going to say this, though. The 1997 championship package, you got people out there that are literally trying to steal this thing. and put it onto buses. There's one championship package, and it's Lan, the freaking man with the master plan. Now, this woman is not real. We know this. Lan also was trying to get under my skin on Saturday. Did I tell you about what Lan the man did?
No, but if you want me to handle it, just say so.
Lan the man told me that Trey Townsend was in attendance. He was trying to get me He was trying to get me upset, and I said, "Man, I've said I was
upset. He was there.
Yeah, but he was. I know what he was doing, and I don't like it. But either way, Eris Dental, TucsonTeeth.com. Check it out. Lan is the freaking man. Okay.
Arizona could use Trey Townsend on this year.
No,
yeah, backup. Yeah, I said it. I'd rather have. Right.
I'd rather have CD out there. Much rather have CD. Okay, now let's talk a little bit about. Sure, you and I have a. No wonder we didn't have effort. That was funny.
Come on.
That was funny. Okay, now. Sheer, you have a theory about some Arizona fans. Not all, because anybody watching this show is smart, so we're probably not referring to you unless we're talking about Javier.
Yeah, this has been my long-standing theory, and it's not an insult. It's not. It's just the way it is. I do not believe that Arizona fans generally watch basketball nationally. I think it's very laser-focused on Arizona. Then maybe they expand a little bit to the Big 12. But I think your average Arizona fan doesn't understand the national picture of college basketball. And because of that, when things like this occur, it hurts their overall perspective because they're not aware that this stuff is going on with other teams around the country as well.
Yes, they are not aware. So let's talk about a few of these teams, though, because evidently only – you know the other thing, too, that really annoys me? And, again, I'm just going on my soapbox here. I think when you've lived this as long as I have, I almost died backing the A. John Button Salmon has very little on me because I almost perished choking on a chicken bone. Next time, I'm going to have my parents on sometime. My dad literally came over and was about to, tip me upside down, and because I was a wee 9-year-old. And
he was going to carve you.
Yes. What's that?
He was going to carve you.
Yeah, he was going to carve me. Yeah, he was going to, carve me. Yeah, I don't know. That doesn't sound good. All right.
Well, one thing, too, I was thinking about is that if you were born here, there isn't another team, right? There isn't a pro team here in Tucson. There isn't another college. There's nothing. It's just Arizona. So if you're born here, that's all you have. You're not out there in the world seeing all these other things. Like you have Nebraska, Mike, and Sheer grew up in LA. You've seen different teams. You've been rooting for different teams.
Nebraska.
He has Nebraska. He roots for Nebraska.
Dude, Nebraska's given me no joy or excitement for about 30 years. Yeah,
but you have another team. Arizona's not just your only team.
I'm going to say this about this, and I'm talking to you, Cody. I like Cody James Martin a great deal. Cody is the best worker. Like when I asked Sheer, I said, "Hey, I'm thinking about making Cody the producer." He said Cody was the best worker I've ever had, and I can 100% confirm that Cody is on. He goes above and beyond. He's amazing. Cody, though,
Cody's a psychopath.
Yes, and I'm talking to people out here as well. This is sports. Cody's got a lovely wife, 2 beautiful kids, a solid job. There is no reason for a basketball game to turn you into a different person. I'm not just talking to Cody. I'm talking to other people. Listen, I've lived all of this since Arizona, Arizona, New Orleans in 92, 93. When I was 11 or 12 years old, I would let every loss basically destroy me for a week. Guess what? I'm also not 11 or 12 anymore. People, they're as far, maturity-wise, I am, yes. Okay, but age-wise, technically, my driver's license says something else. Do not let this ruin your week, what college kids are doing on a basketball court. Life is way too short, and I know that Cody goes on. I've had a lot of people send me Cody's tweets from the game. Because I don't scroll Twitter, so when I kept getting them, and I'm like, please stop sending me these. But it is what it is. People, though, don't, and I'll let you go, Sheer. People, this is college athletics. Settle down. Okay.
I mean, I said this too, I completely understand fan is short for fanatic. And Shelby will attest to this. I was much more into it. And then when I had kids, it was like, why am I getting so upset over whether or not a ball goes through a basket? I try to enjoy sports. And Shelby will get mad at me sometimes because now there's games where I still yell and whatever. I'm a fan. But, I'm able to get rid of a loss very quickly. Because now the tournament stings usually for like 24 hours. I'll be pissed.
Right.
I'm more pissed. But even when I'm pissed, like you see me mad, like when they lost to whatever, Princeton or whatever game it was, it's like, okay.
Right. Now,
Move
I will
on.
say,
We're
yeah,
in
but
the
it's
offseason
but
already.
again, so what happened? Go into a game. I go into a game and saying, you know what? I really hope Arizona wins, but guess what? If they lose, the sun is going to come up in the morning.
Unless it's ASU, then I get pissed.
Yeah, the great Tyler Warden puts it very, very well. I love how Rage comes in here to just say Colorado sucks. Hey, Rage, go buy $500 worth of those shirts right now.
Prove how much they suck, Rage, by buying our gear.
Yes, by buying our gear. Yes. Now, Mr. Tyler Warden, our future coach, says we have the right to be frustrated, but the sun comes up in the morning. Yes.
And you have to listen to Tyler, because if not, he'll get you with those traps.
He will get it. Dude, I still can't get over how buff. Hey, you should work out with him, Dennis Walsh, with those traps. We think that Tyler Warden, we should post this picture. Tyler Warden posted a picture on Twitter where it looks like he's flexing his traps. I don't know that he is, but
I think it's just natural.
Because man, those are some. I can see why the missus is like, I'm going to hold on to that. I'm going to get mine. Yeah, she. But no, but yeah, he will take. Well, I don't even know where I was going with that. Jeremiah Dibble. Much easier to not get upset when the ball doesn't go in when they aren't betting the over. Jeremiah Dibble lives the life that we all want to live.
If anyone should be angry about Arizona, it's Jeremiah Dibble.
Yeah. Yeah, Jeremiah Dibble, by the way, and he, like I said, going in there and just knowing, man, I'm going to make my life betting, being better than the bookies. That is awesome. What a way to live. You know how many people have tried and failed that in like 1 month? I would literally lose $1 million. I would lose all of my money within a week. Literally all of my money I've ever had in my life.
Cody still has the greatest parlay I've ever seen. How many games was that, Cody? We went to Vegas
9.
We went to Vegas years ago, and Cody bet baseball, which is the worst sport to bet.
Right.
Nobody bets baseball.
Right.
Cody went 0 for 9 on a parlay.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I told him you should have asked for money.
Andre Wosterhouse. Holy crap! What a great name.
Andres now?
Oh my gosh, Andre! I will endorse Andre Wosterhouse. I will never endorse Andre Veras. Oh my gosh! Yeah, what a great. You need to be in this chat more, my friend. You are on the Mount Rushmore of names.
That's another thing too, because of what he said. Also, Andre has a good point. You know how many messages for the first time ever I got from other schools?
I got a Cincinnati person on your 24/7 board messaging me saying, "Hey man, never talked with you before, but gosh, what the heck is wrong with these people?"
I have a friend, a buddy. This is very Kobe-like. I've never met him, but we talk all the time.
But he's your best friend.
We used to work for 24/7, so we've talked plenty. And he DMs me. He goes, "What the hell's wrong with you guys?" I go, like, "There's a team." He goes, "No, like, Texas Tech is really good. You guys lost to really good teams. What's the issue here?" And I was like, "Buddy, this is how it."
And it's one of those things too. Is if your two best players, I keep coming back to this. And yes, I'm going to talk about this JLR guy later. I keep coming back to this. If Koa and Jaden don't play well, you're not going to win. If Koa and Jaden play well, you beat Kansas. If Koa and Jaden play well, you beat Texas Tech. It's that simple. I don't know how else to put it.
I will say this too. I don't find the need to panic over losing to a Tech or a Kansas.
Right.
If Arizona loses to BYU without Richie Saunders,
yes, we will sound the alarms.
I think that's a pretty bad loss.
We will fire the toaster up at that point, yes. Yeah. Okay. Now, we got Max Manley, my guy Max Manley. Max Manley was telling one of those JLR guys or whatever that not mess with me, otherwise he'll mess with them. We appreciate you, Max Manley. Yeah, very, very manly tweet. So many U of A drama queens last week. Perspective. All right, perspective time, everybody. Perspective time. Let's go with, hold on. Let me get these comments back in here. Yeah. Hold on. Very much appreciate the super snap. Okay.
Just for the record, Kansas State's 24/7 board wants Tommy Lloyd.
The top two of fan posts and goes, "Do you guys think we can get Tommy Lloyd or Dusty May?"
Yeah. I mean, well, clearly. I mean, when you think about it from that perspective, I mean,
we're going to get a mid-major.
Right. Okay. Let's see.
Will the winner of tonight's game be a 1 seed? If Houston beats Iowa State, there's a very real chance it jumps Arizona. If they lose, that's great. Iowa State is not a 1 seed.
We need Iowa State to lose this game. Or not to win this game, excuse me.
You absolutely want Iowa State to win tonight. There's no question about it.
What time is that game? 7?
Yeah, and it is on TV.
What station?
ESPN.
Okay.
You
Now,
have it?
no, I do have ESPN. I can get that. All right. So why don't we talk about Michigan first? Because that's the team that nobody believes has ever lost a game. So, or has never played any bad games. So let's talk a little bit about Michigan. Let's look through there. You know what? I'm going to look past their out of conference, even though they barely beat Wake Forest.
You don't want to go with it. Before we go to this year, why don't we start with the number one greatest example of all time?
Okay.
And then we'll look at this season.
Okay.
Is that
All right.
good?
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
The number one greatest example of all time is the 2003 UConn team.
2023.
Yeah. 2023, sorry. They finished 31-8, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
They're undefeated heading into December. They lose. This is what it looks like. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
They're undefeated. They beat an Alabama, who that year was good, solid Villanova team, whatever it may be. They lose to Xavier and Providence in consecutive road games. They come back home. They struggle, but they beat Creighton. Then they lose 3 in a row. Then they come back home. They beat a bad Butler team. Then they lose to Xavier. Again, they get swept by Xavier.
Mm-hmm.
Then they win 3 in a row, and they lose to Creighton. Then they go on a little bit of a winning streak, and they lose to Marquette in the Big East tournament, and they have 8 losses. They lost to some bad teams in there, right?
Yep.
Then they enter the NCAA tournament, and they don't beat teams in the NCAA tournament. They beat the
crap out of everyone.
24, 15, 23, 28, 13, and 17 were the margins of victory in the tournament. This is the same team that a month before lost to Xavier, Providence, Marquette, St. John's, Seton Hall.
Yes.
The games in January where they lost clearly had no impact on March. I mean, they beat the crap. It might be the most impressive tournament run in terms of pure dominance that we've seen.
It actually maybe the one the following year was. They didn't play any close games. What a great job to be a UConn fan those 2 years, man. Hey, we get into the tournament and no game is close.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, well, but we're going to get back to UConn because we could talk about UConn this year as well. And I think the thing is, yes, Arizona, Tyler, Arizona's got flaws, but every team has flaws. And I think that's what we're trying to point at here is that you get a lot of people on Twitter that'll just say, oh, well, if you run into so-and-so, you'll never get away with that or whatever. So let's talk about Michigan here for a few minutes here. Let's talk about Michigan. Michigan is obviously very, very good. There is no doubt about that. Michigan is very good. Let's look at a couple games stretch that Michigan had. All right, you beat Penn State. Penn State by 2. I repeat.
So they lose. They beat Penn State by 2 points. On
a
the
bad
road.
Penn State team, correct?
To put that into perspective, Mike, Penn State is 11-15. It would be the equivalent of Arizona struggling to beat Utah.
Right, correct. So you beat Penn State by 2. Then you come back and guess what? On your blue out night, you come back home and you lose to Wisconsin by 3.
Yeah.
Didn't look good. Didn't look good at all doing that. Now.
And for some reason with them, people ignore, okay?
Well, I got one more.
Right, go.
Then
go ahead.
2 games later, you lose to Nebraska by 3, or you beat Nebraska by 3 in Ann Arbor, where Nebraska was missing its best player and its best bench player. And then a couple games later, you're getting worked by Northwestern for 30 minutes.
And by the way, people are going to say these are wins, but these teams aren't comparable like Nebraska is, but they were missing 2 of their best players. Right. And then everyone ignores the fact that Michigan needed OT to beat Wake Forest, that it barely beat TCU, right?
Penn State. I mean,
Penn State is terrible. Penn State is 126th in KenPom. And I know you love KenPom.
I know. It's my Bible.
Right? 126. To put that into perspective, the team above them is William and Mary, and the team below them is UNLV.
Right. Exactly. That's not good.
Utah's actually better in KenPom.
Yeah, Big 12 Bobby said this is fair for a comparative example, but I don't want to see Michigan next. So yeah, that's fine. But
I get it. No, that's not a point at all. Yeah, I get it. Michigan is one of those teams that absolutely has the recipe. By the way, Mike, we're going to find out a lot about Michigan because I know you don't know this. And both games are on TV.
They play Duke
and Purdue. They play Purdue tomorrow.
All right, so I got to. Yeah, so well, I mean, we
TV,
will.
By the way.
Is that on Game On? Man, there's so much TV.
TV.
Man, so much TV. Okay, so there. Michigan, that is a bad stretch of games. I don't know how else to put it. That is a bad stretch of games, and you don't see Michigan fans out there saying that we suck. This is a Michigan, like Armando's just saying, that Michigan's going to be out the second weekend of the tourney. I mean, who knows? Maybe you get the Elite Eight and you lose, but it is what it is, man.
The best example of an Arizona type of team right now is Florida.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm guilty of this.
You are, and I'm not. I did not fall into this trap, young man.
I thought Florida was terrible when Arizona faced them. Well, all of a sudden, Florida's 5th in Ken Palm again. They're 19-6, and they look awesome, right? Now, but when you put Florida into perspective, Mike, 1, they lost to Arizona. 2, they lost to TCU. 3, they lost to Missouri. And 4, they lost to Auburn, who also lost to Arizona. So 3 of their losses, Arizona, TCU, UConn, and Auburn. So Arizona's obviously beaten 3 of those teams, right? Florida is as good as anyone right now. Correct. They're awesome. But they lost some games.
They lost a number of games.
Yeah. And you can go down the line. Houston is awesome. Houston, there's a few teams you can't do this with. Houston is one of them, but Houston lost to Tech, and they lost to Tennessee, who's not very good. Duke is probably the one. Duke is the one they lost to Tech. North Carolina, who's not all that great. Like, teams lose. Arizona, at the end of the day, still has as many losses as any team in the country that's good, except for Michigan.
And the reason that I don't get into the three-point stuff is because they're missing shots they don't miss. Koa Pete has been awful. That has nothing to do with anything. Jaden Bradley was getting every single mid-range shot that he wants, that he's made 90% of the time this year. He's missing them. It is what it is.
You know why I don't mind the threes? I don't think the threes were an issue at Tech. There's so many little plays. Tech gets 3 offensive rebounds in the end, right? That foul by, I love Yvonne, that foul by Yvonne was as bad as it gets.
Right.
We're at 64-63, and he makes that foul.
Right.
Bad of the foul. If he doesn't make that foul, if Arizona scores 1 point in the last 3 minutes of the game where Tech goes on a 9-0 run, we're not talking about anything.
Right.
Right. It's and that's not threes because you're not shooting. It's
like
little things.
Let's use JB for an example. How many mid-range shots has he made before that he just hasn't made the last couple games? It is what it is. Like he's, just is what it is. All right, let's get a couple reads in here. We got more teams to talk about. Sheet. Foster Plumbing. Quality work at a fair rate. Back the pipe, baby. Back the pipe. Residential and commercial. Check it out. Now, Sheer, let me ask you this, Sheer. What is the let's talk about it. Talk about them cleaning your front pipe.
My front pipe was in bad shape. It was backing up. It was dirty. Like Shelby was really worried about our front pipe. I called Foster Plumbing. They came over the next day. Since then, Shelby, how's the front pipe flowing? Great. She said great. Yeah.
Right. I was going to say, she's speaking from experience on this one. This is very, very good. So, again, all right. Now, a lot of Arizona fans, Andre Vera says, a lot of Arizona fans needed to unclog their front pipe. Now, okay, agreed. Now, 24/7 service and 10% off when you mention the AZ12 podcast. Check it out. Foster Plumbing. Back the pipe, baby. Back it in. Yeah. 88 Crime. Now, if you know something that's going on, don't call that JLR loser. That guy stinks. I'm going to talk about him later. I got a real rant about that guy coming in here. But 88 Crime, call them. 882-7463. It's anonymous. Pima County Attorney's Office, 88crime.org. 88crime.org. And the great thing about 88 Crime as well is that it's anonymous. You don't have to get your hands dirty. You know, if you see somebody unclogging someone else's front pipe that they shouldn't be doing, go in there and say, you know what? You don't have the right to do that, my friend. 88 Crime. Give it a call. 88 Crime. It is anonymous. Boom. All right, RJ's Frozen Cactus. Red hot beer and ice cold Ice cold beer and red hot sports, baby. Huge parking lot you can park a jet in. 100 craft beers plus $2 deals, pizza, wings, tacos, burgers, and more. No bad seats in the house. You go in there, you watch the games, you can get some really good food, you can start yourself, you can do a lot of fun stuff, and again, you might see Dennis Walsh because that jet is huge. That parking lot is huge. You'll never have to worry about not finding the right spot. Great food, great drink, and a great TV setup as well. Check it out, RJ's Frozen Cactus. Boom. Now. Okay. All right, Cher, let's talk a little bit. Who you want to talk about next? Which team you want to talk about next?
We can talk. Illinois is injured, but we can talk about them.
Why don't we talk about UConn this season? All right.
Oh,
yeah. UConn's a very interesting one for me. So UConn is a lot like Arizona in that they play in a conference where there are no good teams. So it is what it is. But let's look at some of these games. All right. Is Providence good at basketball?
No.
Okay. UConn beat Providence in overtime January 7th. That's not good. Okay. Let's see here. Is Georgetown good at basketball?
No.
UConn beat Georgetown by 2. Okay. Keep going. Let's see here. Villanova's got Duke Brennan, so we'll look past that one. Is Providence good at basketball, Sheer? I feel like I just asked this, but I need to ask it again.
They are not, Michael.
All right. UConn beat them by 6 at home. Okay. St. John's is good. Guess what? They lost to St. John's by 10. Okay. Also, is Georgetown good at basketball?
No.
They beat Georgetown by 4.
Yeah.
I can keep going. The key is they won. Not really. I mean, yes and no. Cool.
They won what? What did they win? Texas
all right.
Tech and Kansas are better than anyone in the Big East besides UConn.
Too busy winning. You would prefer that Arizona beats Oregon State by 2 and Stanford by 2. You think that that's better, and you wouldn't be as alarmed as if Arizona just had the.
Put this into perspective with the Big East. Okay, I'm gonna bring up Lunardi real quick, even though I don't like him. But it helps me put it into perspective because he's got the
yeah, Mike Taliga's right. I've noticed that. I've noticed that twice now. I heard it the first time, and when I heard it, TNC, it is funny on the halftime show. They do try to talk up Georgetown. And it's like Georgetown sucks, guys. Come on.
The Big East has 3 tournament teams.
Got it. Right.
One of them's UConn. So that means that UConn in their entire conference schedule will play 2 tournament teams, which I believe are Villanova and St. John's.
Right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and they've only faced Villanova once so far.
Yeah, and they barely beat Villanova, but yeah.
And they lost to St. John's, and so they've only played Villanova and St. John's once. Here's the perspective.
Trying to compare this to beating Oregon.
There are 3 tournament teams in the Big East. One of them is UConn. So there are 2 other tournament teams in the Big East. UConn split with them, and they've only played both of them once.
Right. So. We just named a bunch of teams that are really bad.
I got one more I
want
to name.
2 points. All right, yeah.
And it's right in front of us. Right. Iowa State.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk
Iowa State is awesome.
Right.
They lose to Kansas by 21 points.
Mm-hmm.
21.
Right.
Then they go on the road, and I don't care if it's on the road. They lost to Cincinnati, who is terrible.
Right.
Then they lose to TCU on Tuesday. Last Tuesday, they lose at TCU. Mm-hmm. So what's the response? They go home and they beat Kansas by 18 points.
Right.
Like what? Like
yeah, it's college basketball, man. It's college basketball. It's all right. So you got that is another good one as well. The point is this, and we can just keep going on and on down the list. Oh, by the way, Duke lost to Texas Tech.
Texas Tech has the best 3 wins in the country. Seriously.
Right. Yeah.
Now they don't have the best resume, but you could put their 3 wins of Houston, Duke on a neutral floor, and at Arizona. Those are the 3. That's the best 3-win combo maybe in the nation.
I would agree with that. They're a good basketball team. And you know what the other thing too that I kind of noticed in this game as well, and you kind of brought it up, so it's actually a decent point. Is that, like I said, it felt like Arizona really just didn't make any adjustments in that game. Like it was just like, all right, well, we'll just try to win this. But the point is this: every other team in the country is flawed. Yeah. Would Arizona love to have Salim Stoudemire? Absolutely. I don't think I'm really. I don't think that I'm really breaking any news there. But guess what? Every team has bad. You think Michigan's guard? You think any Michigan fans looked at their guards and said, "Yeah, I don't love these guards come tournament time when it's Namari Burnett and Elliot Cadeau." Do you think UConn fan like our good pal Aaron Torres ever looks at it and says, "Well, he has messaged me." I don't think he's like, "Man, he's like this team's really rough right now." It is what it is. This is a you got to watch more college basketball and you'll see that. That's all. I guess that's all I'll say. Right. Arizona's depth is hurting. Arizona's got and it still only had 75. I mean, yeah, we only had 6 players playing in that game. So Mr. Tyler Warden says, I got to be honest, boys. I feel like this is not getting at the real problem. Arizona's depth is hurting. Arizona's got to get to the line and only had 75. Arizona's settling for mid-range. The thing is that you have 6. Hey Dennis, that team I think lost 9 games in 05 if I'm not mistaken. I mean, if you don't have Koa, you're missing 6 of your 8 guys, and that team was just worn down at the end. Now you could cheer thought.
Yeah, I think the argument would be that Tommy didn't play the bench early in the season enough.
I got to give Joseph some credit on that one.
And at first, I didn't agree with it, but I actually kind of do now, because we're at the point where you wish that CD and Evan got some sort of minutes, and because now you're like, hell, hey, you haven't played all year. By the way, we have BYU and Houston coming up.
Yeah, so I mean that was that. I think in hindsight, you should have played them, especially CD. CD can play. I mean, when you watch, has anybody ever watched CD come in and say, "Man, that guy stinks"? Ever?
No.
Right. I mean, that just kind of is what it is.
By the way, to the person in the comments, Mo Creevish shoots 61% from 2. So I'm not sure about the making 50% thing.
The problem with Mo is this, and I like Mo's very, very good.
Turnovers are a problem.
Turnovers are a problem with Mo, and this is why I never see Mo playing in the NBA. Mo is good. Mo is very good. Mo is so robotic, though, when he gets the ball. Everything is point A. I'm going to bring the ball down. And teams right now just double and triple Mo. The scouting report's out on him. He's going to turn the ball over, slapping the ball. Sometimes you'll get a foul call. A lot of times you won't. Yes, he does get hacked a lot of the time, that's for sure. But he's also way too weak with the ball.
Out of the players that get minutes, you want to guess who leads the team in turnover rate? The worst turnover rate?
Koa.
No. Not even close.
Is it Mo?
Nope.
Right.
Anthony Del Orso, baby.
Really?
By far.
What's the turnover rate?
His turnover rate is 18.7. Krivas is 17.5. They're both way too high. The highest out of anyone on the whole team is Evan Nelson, who has the highest turnover rate I've ever seen.
Right.
So we can fix that.
Yeah. Yes. Now that is Mr. Tyler Warden. Gives me a compliment. I will take it. Mike crushed it a week ago. Mo is slow twitch. That is getting exposed in the high-low game. He is, because the problem with that is when he gets the ball, he almost always brings it down. He very rarely keeps it high. He almost always brings it down. And one thing that I think that we've seen about this, we've seen about this as well, is that when he brings the ball down, he's either traveling or it is getting stolen. He travels all the time. He moves the pivot foot all the time. A lot of times it's called, sometimes it's not called. But he's just got to be.
I think my biggest issue with Mo is I think he's very slow to react. Like, for instance, when we were at the game, watching the game the other night, you could see Tech is starting to creep, and it's very clearly going to be a double team. And Mo just ignores it as opposed to passing it to the guy where the double's coming from, which isn't a hard pass to me. He's just very slow to react. Now, I love him. He's great. He rebounds. He's an elite defender. But a little bit faster reaction, and I think would help the offense.
But let me ask you this. Is he capable of that?
He hasn't shown it.
Well, it's kind of like, too. I mean, here's where we're at with with Mo, and again, he does a lot of really, really good things. But when teams want the ball, in a weird way, teams will kind of want Mo to get the ball at some point, because I think at that point, I mean, just watch the Tech game. They doubled him hard every single time.
I would double Mo every possession.
Right.
Every possession he gets the ball, because once he goes one-on-one a lot of times it's over because he's better offense. Like we saw, like Kansas did a double team him, and he was really good on Badunga, who's a great defender.
Right.
If I was a team like Tech double teamed him as soon as he got the ball, and then they were swiping.
Right.
That's what I would do every time.
Every single time down, because it's kind of like the Legion of Boom thing that Pete Carroll talked about. They're not going to call a foul on you every time.
Nope.
So that's there you go. Okay, now so there's Mo on that one. Now the show owes me a my bad for Mo too. Well, I mean Mo's good, Big 12 Bobby, but Mo is flawed. I mean, that's why I just don't see Mo.
I love Mo, but yeah, he's got flaws.
Yeah. Do you see Mo in the MNBA?
I still don't, but I know he's on mock drafts now.
Yeah. I just can't. Yeah, we'll see. I could be wrong. Okay. Koa. With Koa, I'm sitting Koa until Koa's right. Whatever it is, I am sitting Koa until he is right. This team, like you just said, Sheer, this team needs Koa to be a difference maker. I don't need Koa to be an All-American, but I need Koa to be a player that's one of the better players on the court. And right now, he's just not. He's just not good enough right now. Whatever that is, hurt, whatever the case may be, I'm sitting Koa until I can get Koa right.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Now, Adam Prim says Mo is Zach Edey light. Very light. Very light. Zach Edey is a light years better than everything Mo does. With all due respect.
Yeah, but I get it because Edey didn't really pass, but that was because he was so dominant.
Well, Edey's averaging 25 and 13 or whatever. Mo's averaging like it's that. Yeah, I get it. But it's something he can get better at with experience. Well, I don't know. Generally, when you're slow. Also, I wonder if Mo has small hands. Somebody told me that a while back, and I haven't really looked at him.
I'll look at him. I'll ask him the next time I see him. Mo, let me see your hands.
Mo, let me see your hands. Okay, so Mo can't dunk. Yeah, I'm not sure he can either. Okay, now Koa though, I know that Koa is good. Koa, like I said, I need to get Koa right. Don't know if that needs a little time. Whatever the case may be, Sheer, they need him to be good.
Yeah, don't care if Arizona drops to a 2 seed because of it. Just get Koa right.
Get Koa right, and you know what? Get him right. What's that song? Get it tight, get it right. Yeah, get it right, get it tight. Yeah, whatever that term is. Yeah. So, yeah, no, it was good. All right, Tobe, just keep doing what you're doing, man. You are a The problem, though, Prim, is that he brings the ball down every single time. And when you bring the ball, listen, I'm a crappy official, but I can tell you one thing, and I tell big guys this all the time.
Come on, you're a great official.
Yeah, I am a good, yes. But when you bring the ball down, man, you're asking for it, and he brings the ball down every single time. Okay, now, so let's talk a little bit. JB, that's the other one. I need JB to step the game up. I love JB, and I like some of the people now that are saying that JB doesn't want to be there, that he's checked out. No, you're wrong. You're wrong. He's had a couple tough games, but I need him to be, if that means he was aggressive from the tip, I liked that, and then he basically goes about 25 minutes where he doesn't do a ton. I just need him to be I need him to be more aggressive, and I'm fine with it. The shots he's getting, the mid-range shots, I'm fine with. He's just got to make them because those are the shots he's made all season.
Yeah, I don't think he's getting him as easily. I thought Kansas did a great job. I think Tech did a pretty good job. Kansas did a very good job of taking away that elbow jumper. We heard in the offseason that Jaden was practicing threes and all this. Well, Jaden's only taken 43s all season. I need Jaden to be a little more aggressive, especially with guys like that like the first BYU game where he was just, you could tell it started and he goes, I'm attacking this dude.
Right.
If Koa and Arizona are out, that's got to be his mindset. He can't be so deferential to other teams.
I changed my opinion to if he's out. I need 20. I need 20 per game if Koa Pete's out. You're a fourth-year senior. You're capable of doing it. I need 20 a game.
Yeah.
Or something in there, 18 to 20, something like that. No Jason Gardner. No thanks on Jason Gardner. He shot 31% every single season. And he shot this team out of more games than I can possibly count. No, thank you, La Jolla. He a very good player, but there were some real problems with Jason Gardner. Okay, now, Braden Burries, again, keep doing what you're doing. That second half was awesome. He didn't do a ton in the first half, but he was awesome in the second half, Sheer. He was getting to the bucket, making threes. he's emerging. Dibble said that he's the best player on the team right now, and I can't really argue with that.
Braden?
Yeah.
He is the best player on the team. I don't even think it's debatable at this point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he's the most consistent. You
Right.
know exactly what you're getting from Braden. And it may not be 50% shooting every game, but you know exactly. You're getting 15 points or more from Braden Burries, good defense every game.
Yeah.
Every single game.
I need that. And, you can get that. It was like a 3-time. No, he wasn't. He was never a 3-time All-American. He was a 1-time second-team All-American, Alex.
Yeah.
Nice try. Okay. All right. And so that's now, Sheer, you're being asked, when's Koa returning?
This is not going off of any I would be surprised if he plays this week. And let's just see what happens next week.
Okay.
I think Arizona plays both games without Koa and Aristode.
I don't love that, but all right. Well, yeah.
Which means you beat BYU and Houston. Let's just give it our best shot.
Yeah, we want Salim on the show next month. I'd like to get Salim on the show.
BYU's the one you have to win. I'm not a big must-win regular season guy, especially in college basketball.
You have to win that game.
Tyler, your speculation is wrong. You're my guy, though, so maybe I'll tell you. But your speculation's wrong.
What the heck?
You have to beat BYU.
What the heck kind of flu does Aristode have?
Notice that I'm going to try to be careful here. No one has said he has the flu. They said he has flu-like symptoms.
Yeah, I get it. Is it a little bit like Kirk Walters back in the day, where basically they just said that he was out and he was sick, and come to find out that he had Braden. Come to find out that he had I don't know, a lot of different things. But all right, so that is.
If you listen to this is before I knew anything, but if you listen to the latest Wildcat Scoop podcast, Ian Shelby, and you listen to it, I think you could figure it out.
Okay, there you go. Well, we have faith in all of you. Okay, it's not academic. No, it's definitely not academic.
It's not academic. He's a great.
All right,
kid.
now with Tobey, I'm going to say this. With Tobey, keep doing what you're doing. I am fine with Tobey. Hey, everybody wants 3-point shots. I don't know, Joseph. But I'm going to say this. Everybody wants 3-point shots. I want I'm fine with the man of girth shooting some threes.
I don't need Arizona to
I'm fine with the man of girth shooting threes. He looks good shooting them.
That was a ballsy three too, because it was I'm here, you're not. He didn't close out, and Toby said, "Screw it, dog."
Right.
I'll hit this if you're not gonna.
No, he wasn't just for. Find me. Look on their U of A athletics site, says 4-time All-American. Find me how many times he was an AP All-American. It was once. Trust me.
AP All-American 4 years in a row?
No, he wasn't. He was an AP All-American as a junior.
I don't think anyone's ever been an AP
they haven't.
In the history of college basketball, right?
They haven't. No, I can assure you on that one.
From freshman to senior year, I don't think anyone's ever been it.
Yeah, he's correct. That is wrong. All right, now, let's see here. All right, Kobe, any comments on frame mogging Mike? I don't know what that means. Yeah, whatever. Kobe's calling people weird that use the wink emoji on Twitter, but he goes around, a little white kid goes around calling people blood all day, but then he won't go into areas and say it. Weenie. Okay, now, I miss football. We are a football school. This is true. Okay, but Tobey, fine, shoot the three. The only, he let up a couple times, too, and I think somebody probably told him, hey, dude, we can't have you foul, because he let up a couple times where he generally fouls somebody when he doesn't get the ball, and he just kind of girths his way into people. I noticed that one. Yeah. So, all right. Now, so you think Evan? All right. So you think Evan? I have more faith in CD than I do Evan. I think CD at 7'1" in the way that he can move. I think he, like I said, I think he can play.
We're gonna find out, baby.
Right. This better not be a Carter situation though, where we do find out that he probably should have played a little more.
Yeah, but CD's not going to the NBA after freshman year, so.
Well, we did. Well, that's a good. CD does need to add girth. There's no doubt about it. CD needs to add girth. I always see CD cruising down Campbell. In one of those like little bird things or whatever, and it always makes me nervous. CD is going to have like.
CD flies a bird around?
Yeah. Yeah. What is this?
Never-ending story.
What's
you
that?
You saw the Gottlieb rant, right?
No. What did you say? Was it against Ken Palm again?
No, Gottlieb lost his mind at the refs,
Good.
and no one was watching the game, so no one had the call.
Right. Let me see.
So I just sent you the call where he lost his mind. You watching this clip?
Okay, hold on. Let me look. All right.
Watch this clip. Green Bay is in black.
Right.
So the guy shoots it. Tell me when you started it.
Okay. All right. I'm starting it right now.
The guy shoots it, the 3, right?
Yeah, watching it.
Tell me when the foul's called.
Right there.
They called the foul on the guy in black, not the guy in white who fell into his legs.
Don't send it there, Cody, because we'll get. They called it what? They called it on.
Yeah, they called that on Green Bay. It's the worst. It's one of the worst calls I've ever seen. He absolutely should have lost his mind.
Don't play that, Cody. We'll get in trouble.
He's not playing it. He wanted to see it.
Oh.
It's one of the worst calls I've ever seen.
They called that a foul? Oh, my gosh. That is terrible. Ah! Oh, gosh.
In a 4-point game with 4 minutes left.
Yeah, and he just lost it from there. Number 4.
He hit the table. He cursed all of it. But and he said that was just, and he got teed up for not cursing or anything. Dude, they called the foul on number 10, Mike.
That's crazy.
Guys, I just retweeted it if you want to see it. But it's literally one of the worst foul calls I've ever seen in my life.
They're doing a really there was a foul call. Everybody look this up. In like the 1980 it was when Michigan won the national championship. It's the worst call you will ever see in your life. Look this call up right now. And it was to put Ramil Robinson on the line to shoot 2 free throws to win the game, to win the championship. Look this foul up right now, Sheer. I'll do some reads while you do it.
Who is it?
It was like the Michigan national championship foul call. Just put that. Everybody in there, look that up. The Michigan national championship foul call. It was literally the worst call that you will ever see. 1989. They called this a foul. Everybody watch it. Comfort X HVAC. Nothing foul about Comfort X HVAC. Just foul the people that don't have AC. Trusted by homeowners, businesses, and builders. Did you see it?
I got to get the...
All right, look it up. Everybody look this up right now. Okay. Yeah, call 520-222-7012 or book online at comfortxhvac.com. Service and maintenance and emergency repairs, installations.
Carlito looks like he's going to kill someone. What is the call?
They called a foul on him there. That's the word.
The comment. I found in an article about it, and the comment was, thank God Twitter wasn't around for this.
Is that not the worst foul call ever?
I don't know what the call is.
They called a foul.
No, I know what they call, but I've now watched this 4 times. I don't know what the call is.
Well, all right. Well, you keep looking at it. Everybody look this up,
No
though.
wonder. PJ looks like he's about to kill someone.
Yeah, no, it's amazing how bad it is. Cody, can you put the link in the stream for people?
Next time I see PJ, I'm going to ask him about this.
Yeah, there you go. I know.
I'll find it. Hold on.
Yeah, he was one time the second team All-American. I know. Okay, now either way, check it out. Call 520-222-7012 or book online at Comfort X HVAC. And again, service and maintenance. We'll talk Caleb Holt here in just a second. But that is the worst call you will ever see in a 1-point game with the national title on the line. Would you agree, Sheer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Holy crap.
Yeah. All right. Mini splits, indoor air quality, installations, noise reduction, free estimates. Check it out. Comfort X HVAC. Back to back, baby.
Oh, the AP pulls out. You want to take a guess?
4.
Yep. Look at you,
All right.
baby.
Fair enough. Yeah. It's the worst call you've ever seen. If anybody saw that, yes. No, Jesse Britches, this is a way worse call than the Nick Johnson foul call. This is a way worse call.
There's no foul. You can watch it a million times and not find it.
Like, yeah, it is literally the worst foul call you'll ever see. Okay, now, locally owned and operated. Baggins, get the bag, baby. Okay, now I am going to say this. Dennis Walsh, he stepped up to the plate just like we desired. He came out there and he was with Kai. I did 3 Kais right there. And they used code AZ12, I'm sure. And the great Jerry Reyes was there. Join their VIP text club. Text Baggins to 877-797-0444. You go get yo. Check it out. Boom. That is very, very tasty. Free delivery with code FREERIDE. Boom. Copal. Yummy in my tummy. Sheer, you love the Mike Lucolote rib.
Can't get enough. Whatever yeah. I
You've
beg
been
you to give me more elote rib.
You've been admiring my elote rib for a long time, and it's free. But guess what? If you go to Copal, you can get it free. And Tucson's tastiest margarita, Mexican food delivered nationwide at mymexicanmenu.com. Cope with Copal. Book your next large party or corporate event with Copal. Large party packages available. We also cater any event. Check it out, Copal. Hey, did everybody look at that? Did you just post the Ramil Robinson thing?
Me? No.
Yeah, the worst call. Cody, put that one in there, the Michigan one or whatever.
You want me to find it again?
Yeah, send it, Cody. That's literally the worst call you will ever see in all of sports. Was I right though?
It's pretty bad. I'll send it to you right now, Cody.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Check it out. All right. Okay. So you got that. All right. Now, looking ahead then a little bit. You got to beat BYU. Period. You got to beat BYU. There's no way around it. You got to beat BYU, and quite frankly, I don't care if you're missing Pete and Aristode. You have to beat BYU.
Yes, I agree. BYU is a must-win. I don't care if Aristode and Pete don't play. At home, no Richie Saunders. You have to win this game.
Right. No Richie Saunders. They essentially – and we can't use that we only have 7 guys or whatever the case may be because they literally only have like 2 guys. Yes. If we lose to BYU, the crash out will be warranted.
Yeah,
yes.
I agree.
Yes. There's no doubt about that. Sheer will be at that game, so we won't have to deal with it. But don't worry, I'll be here to be bludgeoned by all of you young bucks. Can we still win the conference? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Guys, Arizona only has 2 losses.
Right. Exactly.
Here's the conference. You want me to lay this out for?
Yeah. Lay it out, baby. Lay it out on the ground.
Lay you out. All right.
Yeah.
Houston is in first right now by 1 game.
Mm.
Okay. But they still have Iowa State, Arizona, and Kansas. Okay. If they make it out of their 3-0 or 2-1, they're probably winning the conference.
Who are you talking about again?
Houston.
Okay.
Because their last 3 games are Colorado at home, Baylor at home, and at Oklahoma State.
All right. Those are 3 buys.
Right. So their next 3 games are where it's at. We will know by this time next week where Arizona stands.
Right. Okay. So Houston. We need
Iowa State.
We need them to lose that game. Yes.
Yes. If they win tonight, it gets bad.
Right.
Arizona at home, and then at Kansas.
Okay.
We can find a way for them to go 1-2. It's anyone's ball game.
If we can find 1 and 2 at that point, and then who knows? Maybe you get a split chance.
The other team in it is Iowa State, who has 3 losses. Okay, and I'm just going to do the 3 loss teams.
Okay.
Iowa State has 3 losses in conference, so they're 2 games back, but they still have the one against Houston, so that would cut it within a game.
All right.
Right. They still have a game at BYU on Saturday. They still have home against Texas Tech and at Arizona. So while those games are hard, if they somehow find a way to win them, they could absolutely win the conference because they're taking games from the teams ahead of them. They're not going to run the table. I think they're a long shot to win the conference.
Yes, I would agree with that. So
it's Houston at BYU, Tech, and Arizona. They basically would have to go 4-0, and that's not happening.
I don't see that. I don't see that one occurring. Yes. Now
then we have Kansas with 3. They have an easy schedule.
No, see, bodybuilders. If we win out, we win the conference. Yes.
Yes, they have Oklahoma State, Cincinnati. Those are easy wins. Then they have ASU and Kansas State. Those are easy wins. So Kansas has 3 losses. They have Houston and Arizona. Home against Houston, at Arizona. They need to win both of those. Kansas would basically need to win out.
Yeah, I don't see it with Kansas because the problem with Kansas, though, too, is that you just don't know every. If I'm, you know, what's weird. If I'm a Kansas fan, I don't think I would enjoy this season.
No.
Right.
The sleeper here, Mike, one last one, is Tech.
Right.
Because Tech has 3 losses, and yes, they're 2 games back. But listen to their schedule for the next 5-6 games.
Okay.
At ASU tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Home against Kansas State, home against Cincinnati, at Iowa State, home against TCU, at BYU. Yeah. They could absolutely win out.
Kansas?
Texas Tech.
Oh, Texas Tech, yeah. How many losses do they have? How many? All right, say that schedule again.
They have 3 losses in conference, so they're 2 games back, right? Yeah. But they only have ASU, Kansas State, and Cincinnati are their next 3 games. Easy wins.
All easy wins.
Right? They have at Iowa State, which is a very difficult game.
I think
if
they lose that.
If they find a way to win that, their last 2 games are home against TCU and at BYU.
So they basically only have 2 games that they could lose.
Right. If they beat Iowa State at Iowa State,
right,
there's a very real chance they sneak in and win the conference. The problem with Arizona is the backloaded schedule. Arizona still has BYU, Houston, Kansas, and Iowa State.
Right.
I actually think, and let me look at my Vegas odds and see where they're at, Mike. Let me look at this.
Right.
Let me look at you. Let me look at you. Vegas odds has team futures, conference winners, Big 12, Houston minus 130, Arizona plus 175.
Interesting.
For the Final Four, I know despite the season being over, Mike, there's only two teams that are positive minus odds right now, Michigan and Arizona.
Really?
Michigan minus 115 to make the Final Four, Arizona minus 105.
All right, I'll take those. Yeah, okay. I will take those. All right. I'll be honest. I'm fine with Arizona losing one more game before. If they lose two, I will be frustrated. What's Arizona's schedule? All right, let's do some reads and let's get back Arizona's schedule here. I still got to rant about this JR guy for a second. Here's what I think. All right, welcome to the Rock.
I don't know.
That was good. Yeah, I was going to say I'm a little lightheaded at the moment now. Yes. All right. Green Valley Decorative Rock. 50-plus locally sourced landscaping materials. East of Benson, Sierra Vista, west of Marana, north to Nogales, or south to north to Nogales, south to Nogales, north to Oracle. Serving residents and contractors. No, we did warn you, El Boom. We said welcome to the Rock. All right, yeah. Check it out. 50-plus locally sourced landscaping materials. Check it out. Green Valley Decorative Rock. Our guy Mike is the man. Mike the man. Andre Veris. This guy's trying to take us out for lunch later on today. We're going to Beggins. But I'm going to say this, though. This guy can think whatever he wants. It's not going to get an endorsement, though.
Shelby is coming to make sure that he doesn't get too aggressive with the endorsement.
This guy could come in here and try to spike our iced tea, and it's not going to happen. We will not endorse him, but we will highly recommend the great Andre Veris. Did you recently change jobs? Let's talk you through your old 401k and learn more about your new employer retirement plan. Give Andre a call at 520-325-3456 and reference the AZ12 podcast for a complimentary initial meeting. Great seeing you, Chris. We'll talk to you soon, buddy. All right, investing on your own, but not sure it's enough. Talk with the gladiator, Andre Veris. Gladiator, baby.
Mike, a famous actor that kids don't know passed away just now.
Who?
Robert Duvall.
Another Godfather actor that they have no clue who he is. Yeah,
no clue.
Yeah.
95 years old. People like Kobe are like, who's Robert Duvall?
Yeah. What's the Godfather? Who's that? Yeah. Okay. Who's the Godfather? Okay. Now, all right. Let's go over Arizona's schedule then. So you got BYU coming in, and then you've got after BYU, you've got Houston, and then you got Baylor, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, minimum 2-1 in those games. Minimum.
Yeah.
With or without players. With or without. You got to win those games. You got to beat BYU at home, and you got to beat Baylor. I know that Baylor's got some talent. Baylor still sucks. You got to beat BYU or Baylor as well.
Yeah. You got to beat Baylor at Baylor, which you got to win your home games.
Right.
And I know that's tough because you still have Kansas and Iowa State. It's going to be interesting. We're going to know a lot about Arizona this week. I don't even need to beat Houston. If Arizona beats BYU and is competitive, 6 points at Houston without Koa and Aristode, I'm living life. I'm good.
Right. I'm the same way, and who knows? Maybe you get one of them back for.
By the way, I think Arizona. I'm going on record. This is big for you. I think there's a really good chance Arizona beats Houston.
I do too. I think it's
because of my emotional rule. Houston's going to play an emotional game against Iowa State. I think there's a very real chance that Arizona goes in there and wins.
I would agree with that. We shall see. And then, the same people that say Arizona sucks, I'll be very curious to see if they are going to come back into the comments, though.
Yes.
We'll see.
Yes.
Yeah, they won't. Correct. I'm excited to see little CD, though. I like CD. I think CD can play.
I do too. We'll find out.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So, like I said, we shall see. Okay. Now, let's see. They will say Houston isn't good. Yeah, that's what they'll say. That's a great point. They'll just say Houston. Houston's just not going. Now, hey, how much time does Arizona have off in between Houston and Baylor?
Let me look, Michael.
Thank you.
So Arizona's schedule is as follows: BYU Wednesday, Houston Saturday, Baylor Tuesday. Not a fan of that, but it's away, so I'm assuming they'll still just go to Baylor.
What? And then the game Saturday is what?
Kansas.
Kansas here.
And then Big Monday.
Iowa State.
Later. Yeah.
And then after that, it's what, like who is it?
At
again?
Colorado to end the season.
At Colorado to end the season. So that's
all right. So here we go. We got 6 games left, Mike.
Right.
I'm gonna say what would make me okay with the next 6 games.
Mm-hmm.
4-2.
I'm totally fine with 4-2.
BYU, Houston, Baylor, Kansas, Iowa State, Colorado. 4-2.
Totally fine with 4-2. I have no problem with that.
Yep.
Totally fine with 4-2. That would work very, very well for me. Oh, Mealbox just messaged me. What is this? Okay. All right. There we go. All right. Now I gotta complain about something here for a second here.
Talk to him, Mike.
I gotta complain about something. Now I'm gonna say this, and I will be very very honest. I have the Guthrie thing. Anybody that's trying to help is welcome. Again, I'm not gonna sit here. This loser, this JLR Investigates guy that has come in here into our lovely town, though, this guy sucks. He sucks all the way around. This is a guy that has spent a good percentage of his adult life in jail. He is renowned on his Wikipedia page for suing more people than has ever been. This guy has sued people from prime ministers to Bill Belichick to basically everything. Now he's coming in here. Yeah, he's a total grifter. The guy's a total loser. Now he's coming in here and he's complaining that local media and local politicians don't want him here. Correct. He's coming in here. He is doxing people. He literally puts out this image of what was it, like was it like Amazon gloves or something with the guy's name on it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like he literally comes in here and just puts this stuff out here and doesn't apologize, doesn't clarify anything. His name is JLR Investigates, OC Bodybuilders, but he's just coming in here. He's doxing people. He's pretending that he's trying to help. The guy's a total scoundrel. He's no good. Go away. We don't want you here.
Yeah, well said. Well said.
And this is very good. But he found a donut box with someone's name on it 5 miles from Nancy's house. That's essential. That's the equivalent of what this
Yesterday was good because there was a glove underneath the wash by the Trader Joe's on Campbell and River. And he's like, this could be a glove. It's like, dude, have you ever been under the Bat Bridge?
Yeah.
It's like, have you ever been under there, you dummy? Like, come on.
Yeah, he is a total moron. I don't want. Is Krivas better than Zeus or Ballo? Yes, Luton is my daddy. He's better than both of them.
Yeah.
So because Krivas could do everything better than Ballo, even with the weaknesses, and Zeus couldn't do anything offensively. But this guy, this JLR guy is this guy's absolutely terrible. And again, too, I like. And this is what's problem with society. Everybody that's going after me, this is all turned into politics now. This has nothing to do with politics. I don't know what this guy votes. I don't care. I know that he's coming in here and slandering people and not correcting it. And he's made a life of this. You know, you saw that he was charged in Tucson, right, with the Gabby Giffords thing?
Yeah, complete piece of crap.
Yeah, he's literally he's a bad dude. That's the best way that he's the best way that I can put it. Okay, now. Go away. Go away. Go away. Go away. All right. We're going to go. I don't believe, also, this is just my take. I don't believe for a second that it was a robbery gone bad. There was too much planning that was put in there. Also, why in the world wouldn't you steal stuff then?
Yeah, I don't think it's a robbery gone bad either. Because what is a robbery gone bad? And also, a local FBI guy had a good point I read. Your houses in Tucson aren't robbed at night. They're robbed in the day when everyone's at work.
Right. Yeah, no. It just kind of is what it is, you know? I don't believe that. I also don't believe that how do I put this? I also don't believe that I believe this was planned. I don't think that there's any way this was some robbery gone bad or anything like that. I don't believe this was just some random kids that showed up there. This was obviously something planned. And the fact that they haven't got to be now, I am curious. Is there any update with the DNA?
No.
Right. Okay. Can Scheer use his media credentials to go to a sheriff press conference?
Absolutely, I could get into that thing.
Oh, you absolutely could get
Easily.
into that thing. We did. Was it Family Mike? I'm not going to speculate on who it is. I don't think that's fair. It's not. I just don't think that's fair. But this JLR guy is definitely dealing with an amateur. No way. Definitely not an amateur. I can say that. The fact that FBI can't trace those emails shows you that this is not some guy that was just some dummy. Definitely not an amateur. Now, they might have messed up on some certain things, but they clearly knew what they were doing. You don't have the whole weight of the FBI and all of law enforcement after you for almost 3 weeks now, and they have no clue where you are with being a total amateur. That's what I would say. Would you agree with this, sir?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, Scott's in here. What a piece. Yeah, Scott, you suck, Scott. All right. So, on that note, though, be like Scott and go to Little Caesars. 15% off. And online order code SAVE15, code LCFREECC, free crazy combo with a pizza purchase. Everybody, we need real times. We need real times. Real times today, please. I beg of you. All right, Scheer, I got to get ready to go see the Gladiator. What are you doing?
I'm going to get ready to see the Gladiator.
Yep. Okay. Correct, Joseph. But it'll be 90 minutes tomorrow because we got to go meet the Gladiator. But on that note, though, for Jason Scheer and everybody in here, you guys are absolutely fantastic. We love it. Oh, let's get these super snaps in again. Jeremiah Dibble, much easier to not get upset when the ball doesn't go in when you were betting the over. So many U of A drama queens. Max Manley, yes. Stut Joe. Zona's depth was exposed. Without Pete and Aristode. All right, everybody. We're going to be back with you tomorrow, getting you ready for BYU. All right, we got to go meet the Gladiator now at noon. TTFN, ta-ta for now. Toodles, woohoo.